Welcome back. We have been following breaking news this morning about a house fire on South 10th Street. Garrett Brnger, he is live there at the scene and he has more with the latest details. Garrett.
We're joining you live now from the scene of a two-alarm fire on South 10th Street in Springfield, just a few houses down from the corner of Ash. Behind me, you can see the still smoking wreckage of the burned-out house. Springfield Fire Chief Ken Fuston says besides that porch that's collapsed, the entire home is burned out on the inside. Springfield Fire Department brought away 3 people, 1 with life-threatening injuries, 2 with non-life-threatening injuries, though it could have been much worse. Springfield Fire Department's officials say they believe at least 14 people live in that home. Again, that's at least 14 people. We spoke with several residents who were inside. They did not want to appear on camera. One resident said they had busted out windows, doors. She said one man actually jumped from that top window just below the eave of the house, jumped from the window in a desperate attempt to get away from the flames. And this could have turned even more tragic. Directly next door in that White House 2113 is a daycare. Luckily, no one was injured from that fire. There appears to be some heat damage on the side. We spoke with one mother who dropped her 2-year-old son off at the daycare just minutes before the fire broke out. Fire officials say the call came in at around 7 o'clock. Luckily, no firefighters were hurt. And as far as we know, there are only the 3 injuries again, 1 life-threatening, 2 non-life-threatening, but they believe everybody else is accounted for. Live in Springfield, Garrett Brnger. Good morning, Illinois.
Welcome back. We continue now with our breaking news story that we have been following throughout our newscast. A house fire on South 10th Street. That's where we find Garrett Brnger with the latest on this breaking news story. Garrett.
We're live at the scene of a 2-alarm fire here on South 10th Street in Springfield. Behind me, you can still see the burnt-out wreckage of the home that went up in flames early this morning. Joining me is Springfield Fire Chief Ken Fuston. Chief, what's the extent of the property damage, and also, was anybody injured?
A call came in here at 7:05 this morning. Our first company arrived from right around the corner at the 9th Street Fire Station to find this building heavily involved in fire. There was, we believe, to be 14 occupants in the house. There's 3 injuries, one of which is life-threatening, 2 non-life-threatening injuries. 11 people did make it out safely. They'll be under the care of a Red Cross, we believe. And at this time, the cause of the fire is undetermined, but will be under investigation.
And right next door, this White House over here, we hear is a daycare. So wondering, was there any damage? Did the fire spread at all? Was anybody hurt over at the daycare?
Nobody was injured at the daycare. There is some slight building damage that melted the siding off of the house, but no injuries at all.
We heard tales that there were some dramatic attempts to get out of this house, people jumping out windows, doors. Do you know if any of that was the cause of the injuries?
I believe so. There was a couple of people in the backyard when our crews arrived. They had jumped out the second floor windows. There was a gentleman in the front of the house that myself and one of the crew members from Engine 6 pulled out of off the front porch area. It's just a bad fire. It's a bad day for Springfield.
Absolutely. And you said you're not sure what caused the fire at this point.
Not at this point, but it will be under investigation.
Okay, but it sounds like there were a lot of people in this, what appears to be a single-family house.
Single-family home. We have reports that there was 9 adults and 5 children living in this home.
Okay. And as he said, the fire is still under investigation. We have 3 people in the hospital, 1 with life-threatening injuries. Live in Springfield, I'm Garrett Brnger. Good day, Illinois.